Hi everyone, my name is Leo. In my last video, I showed you how to create your own cloud storage service. However, this cloud is limited only to the network which this cloud is in. For this video, I'm going to show you how to create your VPN service so you can transfer your files to your cloud from any other location with all the safety and security that VPN provides. For this video, I'm going to use my Raspberry Pi and DietPi OS. So make sure to check my last video so you know how to configure and install Raspberry Pi and DietPi. So with no further ado, let's get to it. To know more about the protocol we are going to use, access wireguard.com. To start, SSH into your Raspberry Pi, which in my case has 192.168.2.104 as its IP address. Then type DietPi software to access DietPi software. Then select Software Optimized. Scroll almost all the way down and choose the option 117, PiVPN. Then select Install. The installation will begin, and the first configurations will pop up soon. Here, just go with your default options. You don't need to change anything. The installation then will resume. Be patient and go grab a coffee. WireGuard default port is 51820. You can either change it or keep the default. In my case, I will keep the default. Here, you can scroll down and choose Google DNS Server. Here, it's where it gets interesting. You can either choose to use your public IP address, which I do not recommend, or you can use a DNS entry. To use DNS entry, you need to access noip.com to create your own DNS. Click Sign Up, fill in your information, and here, on that part, it's where you're going to choose your host name. The host name, it's the address that you are going to put in your DNS entry on DietPi. With that, when your ISP changes your address, you're not going to lose connection because the dynamic DNS will map again your new IP to your host name that you just created. Back to the installation, you're going to select OK, then you're going to type your host name on this field. Select OK for the remaining windows. When prompted for unattended upgrades, make sure you select Yes. The installation will take some time, so it's a great chance to refill your cup of coffee. When prompted for reboot, make sure you select Yes. Of course, when you reboot your DietPi, you're going to lose your SSH connection. So wait a while before trying to reconnect again. Now we are going to add our first client to our VPN by typing PiVPN add. Then type your client name, which in my case I will set to WireGuard user. Now we have to access that configuration file that was created when we added our WireGuard user. So we have to go to Home, DietPi, Configs. As you can see, the configuration file is in here. Now we have to open it using Nano. These are the information that your user are going to use to connect to your VPN server. We are going to need this information to set up our user into our VPN client. For that, we are going to copy and paste that information to Notepad. Then, we are going to save it into our PC that is going to host our VPN client. Make sure to save the file with the extension .conf, which in my case, I already have it. You can also add a user into your mobile device by downloading the WireGuard app. And the easiest way to add a user is by using QR code, just typing PiVPN-QR and the name of the user. In this next step, we are going to allow port forwarding in our home router. In your browser, type your default gateway IP address. Usually, those setups are done in the advanced settings of your router. Your router may be different, but the idea is the same. On the DNS section, you need to add your provider, your username and password, and the host name that you created on your DNS service. Notice that the current status is synchronized. Your router probably will show the same. Now go to the port forwarding section of your router. Then create a new rule. The name of the rule doesn't matter. For the protocol, choose UDP. For the internal and external port, choose 51820, which is the same port when we installed the PiVPN. And for the IP address, choose the IP address of your Raspberry Pi. In WireGuard.com, you can download your client version, whether it's for Windows and for Mac. Choose the operating system that's the best fit for you. After installation, just open your WireGuard client. Select Import Channels from File and choose the file that you copied and pasted that WireGuard used configuration. And that's it. To activate the tunnel, you just need to click Activate, and then you're going to see your connection being established with your PiVPN server. And that's it. Now you can connect from any other location into your private network at home with the safety and security of the VPN protocol WireGuard.